What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report for Friday, July 11, 2014, delivering some of the major news stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello, that's RAYMELO, and on Twitter at The Enter Report. Tommy Ramone, a.k.a. Tommy Ramone, the original drummer and last surviving original member of the seminal punk rock quartet, the Ramones, died on Friday at the age of 65 in Queens, New York. He had been undergoing treatment for cancer of the bile duct. Death was posted on Facebook by Andy Schwartz, the former editor of the punk magazine New York Rocker and a longtime friend of Yardelli's, and confirmed by the band's official Twitter account. Yardelli played on the Ramones' first three albums, Ramones, Leave Home, and Rocket to Russia, and co-produced the last two. All three were hugely influential blasts of short, aggressive, cartoonish, fast songs that sent a shock through the bloated mid-1970s rock scene and helped invent punk rock. Songs like Blitzkrieg Bop and Beat on the Brat were instant classics, almost completely unlike anything else being recorded at the time. Rolling Stone magazine's reviewer Paul Nelson said the Ramones' debut album was, quote, constructed almost entirely of rhythm tracks with an exhilarating intensity rock and roll has not experienced since its early days. Although rock radio for the most part ignored the Ramones, they were hugely influential musicians who would go on to form bands like the Sex Pistols and the Clash. The band was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2002. After he left the Ramones in 1977, Yardelli worked as a producer on such notable albums as The Replacements, Tim, and Red Cross Neurotica. In recent years, he and longtime partner Claudia Tenen performed as an acoustic duo under the name Uncle Monk. Yardelli was born Yardelli Thomas in Budapest, Hungary in 1949. He came to the United States with his family in 1957. He joined a band in high school and also worked as a recording engineer before joining John Cummings, Douglas Colvin, and Jeffrey Hammond in the band. The four all took Ramone as the last name. Cummings became Johnny Ramone, Colvin became Dee Dee Ramone, Hyman became Joey Ramone, and Yardelli became Tommy Ramone. The other three original Ramones all died between 2001 and 2004. In recent months, Yardelli had been receiving hospice care for his cancer. He was survived by Tenen, his partner, of 40 years. He was 65. Dave Legeno, who starred in 3 Harry Potter films as villain Fenrir Greyback, was found dead on Sunday in Death Valley, California. The 50-year-old British actor and former professional fighter seemed to have succumbed to heat-related issues, according to the Inyo County Sheriff's Dispatch, who wrote a statement, but they are not yet certain. They said in the statement the Inyo County coroner will determine the final cause of death. There are no signs of foul play. On Sunday, 2 hikers reported finding Legeno's remains at around 7 a.m. in a desert so remote that the California Highway Patrol was forced to send out a helicopter out to retrieve them. In addition to acting in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince and both Deathly Hallows films, Legeno was a mixed martial artist with a professional record of 4-3. Some other sad news. Glee star Becca Tobin's boyfriend Matt Bendik was found dead Thursday in a Philadephia hotel. TMZ has learned, and the circumstances surrounding his death are mysterious. Sources close to the couple tells Bendik, who was a 35-year-old nightclub owner, was in Philly on a business trip. TMZ was told Tobin was not in Philly when he died. A hotel maid found Bendik's body Thursday at around 1 p.m. Law enforcement sources say the housekeeper found the body on the bed face down. Police are calling it a sudden death, and they do not believe foul play was involved. They also say there is no evidence of suicide and no weapons were found. TMZ was told there were no drugs or drug paraphernalia found in the room. But they do know that the detective's incident report makes no mention of medication in the room, and the report makes no mention of alcohol. Bendik was last seen by a manager at a club in Philly just before midnight Wednesday. Bendik ran several major clubs around the country, but especially in Los Angeles, where he was the director of operations at the DBA nightclub. He also was a co-owner of AV nightclub. TMZ was told Bendik was not known as a partier, and friends are shocked and devastated by his sudden death. Calls to Tobin's reps have not been answered. What eerie twist, Sunday will mark the 1-year anniversary of the death of Corey Monteith, who died in a Vancouver hotel room from a drug overdose. DBA posted a tribute to Matt outside of the club. Comedian Tracy Morgan has filed a suit against Wal-Mart as the owner of the truck that allegedly struck Morgan's limousine on June 7th. Morgan and several other passengers suffered severe injuries in the crash and were hospitalized, while one other person was killed. Civil suit filed Thursday in the U.S. District Court of New Jersey alleged that, quote, Wal-Mart was careless and negligent in the ownership and operation of its motor vehicle. It goes on to allege that the company knew or should have known that driver Kevin Roper had been awake for more than 24 consecutive hours ahead of the accident, violating Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration regulations. According to the suit, Roper had fallen asleep at the wheel of the crash. The suit further alleges that Wal-Mart had a custom and practice of recklessly and intentionally allowing its drivers to drive for prolonged and unreasonable periods of time. It cited Roper's 700-mile commute from his Georgia home to the Wal-Mart distribution center in Delaware as an example, as his commute was not factored into the FMCSA regulations. According to the suit, there are distribution centers closer to Roper's home he could have worked out of. And according to the National Transportation Safety Board report, Roper was going 65 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour construction zone just before the crash. Roper has pleaded not guilty to death by auto and assault by auto charges. As a result of the accident, the court document states Mr. Morgan was caused to sustain severe painful bodily injuries, including but not limited to multiple fractures, which required multiple surgeries, extensive medical treatments, and will require significant physical rehabilitation. The suit detailed similar injuries and treatments for co-plaintiffs Adderley Fuqua Jr. and Jeffrey Molina. Molina's wife, Krista Molina, is also listed as a co-plaintiff alleging loss of society and consortium due to the injuries her husband sustained. Morgan co-plaintiffs Adderley Fuqua, Jeffrey Molina, and Krista Molina are represented by Farrell Alter Ratner, LLP. They are seeking a jury trial, compensatory and punitive damages, and attorney fees, as well as any and all such further relief as this court deems just and proper. Colin Farrell is in talks to star in the second season of HBO's True Detective. An individual familiar with the series told The Wrap, while Taylor Kitsch is also the leading candidate for the younger male lead. An HBO spokesperson told The Wrap there is no news to confirm on the casting. Insiders tell The Wrap that HBO was intended on landing a true movie star, someone who could play rugged and gritty, and they've done just that with Farrell, who is nearing a deal for the series' older male lead. While Farrell's last movie, Winter Tale, bombed in theaters, its failure can't be attributed to Farrell, who won a Golden Globe for In Bergs, and is coming off an acclaimed supporting performance in Saving Mr. Banks. Kitsch is coming off strong notices for his performance as a young gay man in HBO's The Normal Heart, while his two movie star vehicles, Battleship and John Carter, did not live up to the expectations created by their hefty budgets. Kitsch displayed solid chops on NBC's Friday Night Lights and in Peter Berg's Lone Survivor. Berg, of course, just worked with HBO with The Leftovers. Garrett Hedlund has also been rumored to be in contention for True Detective, but Kitsch is strongly believed to have an edge on the coveted role. True Detective earned multiple Emmy Award nominations on Thursday, including nods for Best Drama Series and lead actors Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson, neither of whom will return for the second season, which will be set in California. HBO had a high bar to clear for the second season, initially pursuing both Christian Bale and Jessica Chastain. Those actors passed on the project due to scheduling issues, as True Detective will require significant time commitment, according to sources. While creator Nick Pizzolatto indicated Thursday that there are 4 leads, those familiar with the second season script have told The Wrap that there are 3 leads, 2 men and 1 woman, with Farrell's character serving as the primary focus. Rapper Meek Mill crossed the line one too many times with the DA, and now he's sitting in a Philadelphia jail where he'll remain for the next several months. Meek was in court Friday afternoon to face the judge for multiple violations of his parole on the 2009 drug and gun conviction. Meek's been bad-mouthing the district attorney's office on Twitter. Prosecutors said he also repeatedly scheduled concerts without getting them pre-approved and changed his mobile phone number without telling them. Today in court, the judge told the rapper, "I didn't want to do this, but you made me do this," and then he was sentenced to 3 to 6 months in a city jail. Sources in Meek's entourage tells us that the rapper thinks the DA has a vendetta against him and wanted to take him down because he has an album dropping in September. Meek begged the judge for mercy, saying this will be extremely damaging to my life. The Breaking Bad prequel, Better Call Saul, will be set in about the year 2002, executive producer Vince Gilligan told reporters Friday at the Television Critics Association Winter Press Tour. Gilligan said, "We tried hard on Breaking Bad to not be too specific to when it was, but now we kind of have to be. I hesitated to say it, but it is indeed a period piece. It feels like yesterday, but it was 12 years ago." The timeline answer is one of the big questions about the show, when exactly it takes place, but Gilligan said the show may jump in time, just as Breaking Bad did. Gilligan also said he hoped the new show will have the same switch-watch quality of Breaking Bad, in which every element fits together. He and Gould said they aspired to write a similarly tight, plotted show rather than a loose one with lots of standalone episodes that don't need to fit together in order. During the wide-range panel, Gilligan and executive producer Peter Gould talked about the origins of the Saul Goodman character. Gould said he came about because of an opening in the Breaking Bad universe that arose when Tuco, who was to have terrorized Walt and Jesse through season 2, had to be killed off due to scheduling conflicts. Gilligan also says he took full responsibility for the decision to delay Saul until 2015 rather than in the fall when it was originally slated to air. He said, "We could have made the deadline, but I'm slow as mud as a TV writer." He and Gould also said they remain open to the possibility of bringing back Breaking Bad villain Gus Fringe. On Saul, Bob Odenkirk will reprise his role as the ethically flexible attorney Saul Goldman. He'll be joined by Michael McKean, who plays his brother, as well as Rhea Seehorn, Patrick Fabian, and Michael Mander. Breaking Bad alumni Jonathan Banks will also return as Mike, the Fixer Strongman. And finally, LeBron James' first big decision was televised on ESPN in 2010. His second one came via a Sports Illustrated exclusive essay. During the ESPY's call on Friday, the rap asked executive producer Maura Mandt if ESPN actively pursued James to announce his return to the Cleveland Cavaliers at Wednesday's ESPY Awards show. Mandt told the Rap, "No, there was not an attempt to have that be there. And with the decision, it wasn't something we were looking to have that announcement be on the ESPYs. Certainly, if LeBron wanted to announce on the ESPYs, I would have happily had him there." Mandt did promise that the show would touch on the big news, though, even on short notice. She says, "We're going to be reflecting on the year, and LeBron is something that happened, so it will definitely be something that we'll address in the show. But just like in sports, we don't try to make that news happen. It unfolds." On Friday, James penned an essay posted to SportsIllustrated.com with magazine journalist Lee Jenkins. After 4 seasons and 2 championships with the Miami Heat, James is returning to his hometown Cavaliers, who drafted him #1 overall in 2003. The 22nd Annual ESPY Awards will be televised live on Wednesday, July 16th at 9 p.m. on ESPN. And that is your entertainment report for Friday, July 11, 2014. This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Mello. I'll be back on Monday to deliver some of the major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment. You can follow the show on Facebook and Twitter, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Mello. It's RAYMELO. And on Twitter @The Enter Report. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody, and I'll see you on Monday.